So in the next few minutes, we're going to talk about how to become an Amazon seller. We're going to talk about the differences between Amazon FBA and Amazon FBM. I'm going to tell you how to source products, how to research for the products that you're going to sell, how to get those products from your manufacturer over to the Amazon warehouse, and then how to create listing, how to make descriptions for those listings, what bullet points to use, what title to use, and the kind of photography that you should be aiming to do in order to launch your product. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. Now, before we go into the details, the number one question should be, why should I be selling on Amazon when there are other multiple e-commerce channels and platforms that are available? The most important reasoning would be that there is little marketing that you need to do on Amazon. Let's just put it this way, you do not need to find your customers are going to find you. With Amazon being one of the biggest search engines in the world, with over $700 billion in sales in 2023. Tens of millions of people are searching millions of products every single day on Amazon. So you do not need to approach the customers. The customers are already trying to find products and buy your product as well. So fundamentally, all you need to do is, in a particular category, you just have to rank your product organically in such a position that whenever a customer types that search term, your product pops up. And then that could just potentially equate to tens or 20s or hundreds or even thousands of sales. So that's going to be a source of passive income for you, and then over time it will just transition into such a business that you wouldn't have to do any manual labor. You just have to sit on your laptop. You have to be creative, you have to put some work into it. You have to have some ideas, you have to be smart with your listings, with your photography, you have to keep changing the pricing, you have to take into account other different factors as well. And lastly, here's another fascinating statistic. Over 72% of American adults have got Amazon Prime accounts. So that should definitely give you an idea why Amazon is going to be the most preferred platform for you to become a seller. Alright, so let's start. The first thing that you need to do is to create your Amazon Seller Central account. All you need to do is go to sellercentral.amazon.com and you can sign up using your email ID or your phone number. Now, one important thing that I need to discuss here is there are going to be two options. You are either going to sign up as an individual seller, or you can sign up as a professional seller. The fundamental difference is where if you sign up for the professional account, you're going to have to pay $40 per month starting from whenever you sign up. As far as the individual account is concerned, you do not have to pay anything. You are going to pay 99 cents or $1 essentially for every one unit that you sell. So unless the units that you're selling are exceeding 40 units per month, you might go with the individual account. However, in my suggestion, if you're really serious about this business, and keep in mind you have to take it as a business, it's going to work as a side hustle, but you have to treat it as a solid business. You would rather go with the professional account since it has many benefits, including the A+ content. Once you are signed up for the Amazon Seller Central, you are going to make another decision, and that is going to be whether you are going with FBA or FBM. FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, whereas FBM stands for Fulfillment by Merchant. The fundamental difference is going to be that in FBA, all your parcels, all your inventory, all your returns, all your customer service, everything related to your product is going to be handled by Amazon. In the case of FBM, it's the complete opposite. You have to stack your inventory, you have to take orders, and then you have to deliver those units or orders or your products to the customer's doorstep. All the returns that are going to be placed by customers are also going to be handled by you. Any feedback or customer service, everything is going to be handled by you. Again, in my suggestion, I believe you are definitely going to go with Amazon FBA. The whole purpose of this Amazon business is fundamentally the convenience, starting with the customer search and getting the parcel to their doorstep. You as a seller, you've got nothing to worry about. Your inventory is in an Amazon warehouse. The products are going to be shipped by Amazon, and you've got nothing to worry about, unless, well, there are some cases where FBM might be a preferred option, but usually mostly Amazon FBA is the one is the option that you are going to go with. Also keep in mind that with Amazon FBM you are definitely not going to be able to deliver those products overnight to the customer, which means the next morning that customer is going to get that product. So it's just not feasible. It could be feasible on a platform like eBay, but for Amazon FBA is certainly going to be the preferred option. All right, once you have signed up and once you have decided whether to go with FBA or FBM, now you are going to have to search for products that you are going to sell. And for this purpose, just make sure you do not listen to your instincts, but you have to listen to the data. You have to do some research. And in order to perform that research, there are many tools available in the market. The one that I prefer and the one that I find the most helpful is Jungle Scout. With this research, we have to make sure, number one, that there is demand for your product, because everything you can do, you can compete if you've got money. If you've got the advertising budget, you can compete with big brands. If you are new into the market in a field which is already saturated, you can somehow make space for your brand if you have got the premium quality, if you're offering lower prices. However, you just cannot create demand. So we have to make sure that the product that we are going to sell has got demand. And for that reason, Jungle Scout gives us a lot of convenient options to do our product research. We can search for products which have got at least 2,500, 5,000, whatever number that you choose from. Usually it should be around at least 1,000 sales per month, and then it's going to give us options that the products that we are searching for should have at least the selling price of at least $20, because in my opinion you shouldn't be selling products that are below $20. Products, for instance, which is priced at $5 or $10 or $12 even, is not going to leave you much of a margin to play with. So you're essentially going to be left with crumbs, and we do not want to do that. So keeping your price, keeping the minimum price at $20 would give you the options with the products where there's going to be margin to play with, because you would sometimes be offering discounts or coupons, and keep in mind Amazon is also going to charge quite a reasonable fee, understandably so, since it's going to provide you all with all the services, inventory, storage, and then, as we discussed before, the Amazon Prime and shipping the items. So $20 should be, in my opinion, the bare minimum. We are going to make sure that we are listening to the data and not our instincts or our desires. For instance, if I really love cars, I'm not just going to go ahead and start selling automotive parts. It might be a good option once the data supports that option, but I'm just not going to go ahead with it based on my own desire or instinct or something that I do like. I have to ensure in order to run a successful business, you have to listen to the data. And once you have shortlisted a few products, let's say 5 to 7 potential products, which are all reasonably good in the light of the data that we just got from the Jungle Scout, then you are going to go ahead and go to revenue calculator. And what is that going to tell us? It's going to tell us what's the margin that we should be expecting at the end if we do go ahead and sell this product. All right, so what you need to do is in coordination with your product research, once you have shortlisted 5 to 7 potential products, you are going to head over to alibaba.com and you are going to search those products. So out of those 5 to 7 potential products, or it could be 3 to 4 if you've really worked hard on your product research section, you are going to make sure that the average price that you can procure that, and the reason I say average is because there's going to be number of sellers offering to manufacture that product for you. So the average price that you can procure that product should be at most 1/3, give or take, of the average selling price on Amazon. So if we can procure that product for 1/3 of the selling price, then the second portion of those 3 parts is going to go to Amazon, and 1/3 is what we are essentially going to be left with. And then there is going to be advertising fee associated with that. Then there is going to be coupons and discounts and the lower price early on to get reviews. So all of those factors need to be combined just to make sure that you have got enough margins to escalate your business gradually into a profitable business. Now, once you have shortlisted 3 potential products, you're going to Alibaba.com to search for suppliers who can manufacture that product for you. And once you go to Alibaba.com, you're going to enter into the search bar that term. And once you search those terms on Alibaba, there's going to be a lot of suppliers that are going to pop up. So you have to shortlist at least 5 to 7 of them. 10 would be even better. And you have to make a Google sheet. And you have to rank those suppliers in a Google sheet where one column would have those names. And then you have to rank them on the basis of few factors: ease of communication, then the data supply by Alibaba, where you will have to see the total exports done by that company. When was that company created, for how many years that company has been in business, what is the ease of communication, their professionalism. So make sure you shortlist the top 5 suppliers at least. You can do 3 as well, but 5 is even better. Now, out of those 15 or 20 suppliers that you initiated your communication with, once you are down to 5 top suppliers based on the factors that I just described a while ago, you are going to order samples from all of them. And it might take a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, for those samples to arrive. And then you are going to test those samples, and do not test them lightly or gently. Just whatever that product is, you have to test them in a way a customer would. Just imagine the most irresponsible customer, and test those products in that way, where you can quantify the wear and tear caused by the usage, or by how durable that product is, what is the quality of that product. So you have to really check those products in the next 1 or 2 weeks using them, and then you have to finally come up with your top supplier. Right, so once you've chosen your top supplier, you're going to then have to place the big order, and it usually depends on what is the MOQ for that supplier, which is minimum order quantity. It usually is around 500 units. And you'd be better off if you ordered 500 to 700 units. You can also order 300 units if you're a bit cynical about how your launch is going to go, and how your product is going to fare with the customers. Now, once you place that big order, you're going to have 6 to 8 weeks typically on your hands to prepare for the launch. And during that time, you're going to do photography, product photography. You're going to create your listing. You are going to optimize your listing. Now, make sure you spend a reasonable amount of time on this, and you have to ensure that your listing is of a reasonable quality and is as professional as it gets. The photography needs to be very decent, because keep in mind, the customer is not going to physically inspect the product. It's not going to be in their hands to see the quality. They're going to their decision is going to be based on the quality of those pictures, on the quality of that overall list. So it is very important that you take decent and professional photographs of your product, and those pictures should fully demonstrate the features and the specifications of your product. And so does the title. That title needs to have all the relevant keywords, what that product is for, what the customer does have in their mind when they are looking for that particular product, and all the needs that that product is going to meet. They should be included in the title, and same goes for the description. All those secondary and tertiary details that the customer might need to know, which are not quite important as to be included in the title, need to be in the description or in the bullet points. So just make sure you optimize your listing fully, and by the time your product arrives in the Amazon warehouse, your listing should be fully optimized and complete and very professional and decent. Right, so now that the product has arrived in Amazon warehouse, and by that time you have completely optimized your listing, it is time for a launch. And congratulations, you are officially and formally an Amazon seller now. Now keep in mind, there are going to be a few factors that you have to very closely look into and take into account after your launch. That might include the advertising, that might include the pricing strategy, that might include applying coupons and discounts, and that might include manipulating your listing in a way where you're going to take live feedback from the customers. And all those factors we're going to talk about in the next video, but thank you for watching this one. See you next time.